My name is Catherine, and one time I was hooking up with a guy and my phone kept ringing, so he threw it against the wall and broke it. So I went to find a 24-hour Apple store, and on the way I really had to shit. So I went to Central Park, took my underwear off, and then wiped with it and threw it in a bush. And I brought the Sour Punch Sweet Bites.
Just laying there, and then I get up in my spirit that I need to play with my cocoa beans. Y'all know I gotta dust this off once a day, okay?
Like, I'm so tired of meeting literal strangers and just trying to get through a basic interaction and then getting trauma dumped on everything that's happening in their life. When is the right time? When is the right place? Therapy.
Remember when people had secrets? Back when couples had arguments in private, not on Instagram Live with 300 people watching and screen recording. Or when people unpacked their trauma in therapy, not in a 10-part TikTok series with jump cuts and sad piano music. The good old days. But now, we've stopped keeping things sacred and started keeping things trending. Oversharing has become the new aesthetic, and if you're not spilling every detail of your life on the internet, you're suddenly not real enough. Because I don't know about y'all, but I miss when people had secrets. And I want to be clear, this video is not about shaming vulnerability, because telling your story can be powerful, but protecting your peace can be powerful too. So today, we're gonna talk about how oversharing has become the default, the way we connect, cope, and chase clicks. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. You don't just give those away for free. But hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough to where you feel like you can take that next step. Oversharing has literally become relatability gold. The more unhinged, unfiltered, and unhealed you are, the more people feel like they can connect with you and laugh at you. That's why there's a whole new genre of content built on people crying into the camera and sharing their deepest, darkest secrets like it's open mic night. People see that type of rawness going viral and they start thinking that maybe if they share their trauma too, they'll get the same attention, the same validation, the same following. And a huge example of this that took TikTok by storm is the trauma candy salad trend. If you've never heard of this trend, consider yourself lucky. But since you're here, I'm gonna show you this realm of the internet that should have never made space.
I'm Jess, and I got robbed at gunpoint walking home from a first date, and then the guy ghosted me.
I'm Alexa, and last month, the guy I was dating for 7 years hooked up with the girl he was telling me not to worry about for 3 months, 2 days after we broke up.
My name is Anthony, and I used to hunt my brother all the time when we were little. I brought the bull.
That's crazy.
My name's Marissa. When I was 3, my dad me, and every year on the date that the court found him not guilty, he texts my mom in all capitals, "not guilty," even though he is. And I brought the Rainbow Nerds gummy clusters.
When I was 14, my best friend that I had known for 7 years, her dad assaulted me, but nobody believed me, so I had to switch high schools because the bullying was so bad. I'd come home crying every single day. And I brought Skittles gummies.
Jesus.
People were literally pouring gummy bears and Sour Patch Kids into a bowl like they were hosting a game night, and casually following up with statements like, "I found out my dad had a second family when I was 9. Like, whoa. Y'all, this wasn't just a trauma dump. This was a trauma buffet. This trauma candy salad trend isn't just people oversharing for fun. It's trauma bonding between a creator and their audience, sometimes made up of millions of people. That can't be healthy, right? That creator shares their pain casually and the audience watches it feeling either validation or humor, adding gummy bears and the flood of OMG same comments. And before you know it, a breakdown turns into a brand. But at least those people are trauma bonding behind a screen. We have some people who are taking it offline.
I actually like to pay for the person behind me. Today is National Day of Remembrance for homicide victims, and my husband was brutally killed. So I just wanted to give some love today. This is for the people behind me. I know. I actually record these things. Can you say hi to people? This is Trinity.
pulling up to drive-thrus, randomly trauma dumping on fast food workers like it's group therapy with a combo meal. Vulnerability is one thing, but some people are out here monologuing to strangers who are just trying to hand you fries. Not everything needs a moment, and definitely not a microphone. Now that we've talked about how oversharing has become the new aesthetic, let's talk about what it ruined in the process. Because Mystery, yeah, she's left the chat. Logged out a long time ago. We used to move with silence, but now we move with captions, timestamps, and pinned locations. Some of this oversharing isn't just embarrassing, it's downright dangerous. People are out here sharing their real life locations, where they frequent, where they get their coffee every morning, like it's harmless. It's definitely giving soft life with a side of no situational awareness. What these people are doing is creating a digital routine that a stalker, a hater, or just somebody with bad intentions can track without even trying.
I think a lot of y'all women underestimate how easy it is for somebody to figure out your routine, and you do not have to be a celebrity to be a victim of stalking. You don't even know if somebody watching you. These people develop very parasocial relationships. You don't have to be famous or an influencer to deal with stuff like that.
Forget the deep web, a lot of you are putting your home addresses on LinkedIn. And it's not even these big creators, it's regular everyday people doing it too and thinking that their chances of being tracked down isn't just as weight as the next. We post everything, where we eat, where we shop, when we're out of town, when we're alone. I am in fear of the people, especially the young women who post the living alone vlogs or spend the day with a 21-year-old living alone in LA. I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't want anyone, not even my next door neighbor, knowing that I lived alone, which I don't, by the way, okay? Husband is in the next room and we stay strapped. Which is what a lot of us women need to be doing nowadays, okay? Let's start making get ready with me to go to the shooting range vlogs instead, please. Oversharing isn't just about trauma, okay? It's about access too.
When you are daily vlogging and posting content like that, I am usually seeing your kitchen, your living room, your hallway, your kids' rooms, your playrooms, your bathroom, the front yard, the backyard, your front porch, like so much of your home that I probably could take a piece of paper and draw the layout of your home just based on the shots that you show in your vlogs.
And some of y'all are giving way too much access to your life, your privacy, and your relationships. Relationships used to be private by default. You lived, you learned, you moved on off camera. Now, every milestone is a photo shoot, a photo dump. Every disagreement is a dramatic Twitter quote. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. We shouldn't know that you're beefing with your man, but trust me, we do. Because you're posting tweets like, we both said I love you, the only difference is I didn't lie. When I was young, I was 17. Y'all, anytime me and my boyfriend at the time were getting into it, everybody knew. I would immediately go on Snapchat and just start throwing shots subtly like, y'all, I've been through it too. I understand when you're feeling petty, you want to start going and posting stuff, but we don't need to know it, okay? Because then when y'all get back together, everybody gonna think you stupid. Because wasn't y'all just arguing? See, that's why people don't need to be in your business.
Strict friend rule 101. Hold on. Do not tell me a single thing bad about your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife. Please don't. I'm the type of person that don't forget. Now, every time they come around, I got an attitude because they done did something bad to you and you done forgave them and move on.
Never tell nobody about your relationship problems, what you going through in your relationship, what they did, none of that. Because now they got a bad view on the partner. Whole time y'all just going through some like a fix. And then when y'all fix it, they still look at your partner a certain way.
You're posting his shoe in January, his hand in February, and then by March, we know his mama's middle name and his favorite meal. And then when it all goes left, we have to act like we never knew him. There's two sides of the story. There's drama, there's story times. But it's like you invited us into this relationship like it was an Airbnb. So why wouldn't people feel entitled to know more? But when no one knows what goes on in your relationship, they can't speculate and they can't sabotage. Especially when that relationship is a little rocky. That's even more reason to leave us out of it. A phrase that haunts me to this day is we listen and we don't judge. Because I'm starting to think maybe we should.
We listen and we don't judge. So sometimes, you know how I be having dreams and I'll be sleepwalking and stuff?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be having dreams of having, you know, with other girls and I wake up and I still give you a kiss. Don't judge me.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes I go in the bathroom and hide and pretend to go to the bathroom when I hear the chaos in the house, just so you have to handle it, not me.
We listen and we don't judge. You didn't max out your credit card. We did. I've been using it to shop online.
I took our emergency fund money that we contributed to together and lost it on crypto about 5 months ago.
The amount of stuff I've heard online that I could have went my whole life without knowing is crazy. Some of these need to be we listened and we filed divorce. And a lot of these don't need to be recorded in front of a camera and posted on TikTok. No, they need to be recorded in the cozy space of a therapy office. But it's not just romantic relationships. Oversharing has taken over family life too. And child, there are a lot of things that y'all were posting that should have never left the dinner table. A casual but messy trend that has been floating around on TikTok for a while are the my family and their problem videos. Someone secretly records a family member, slaps their most toxic trait on top in TikTok font, and plays a cheerful little song in the background like it's the intro to a sitcom. Because if one of my family members told 5.5 million users on TikTok that I lost count of my baby daddies, I'm sorry, we'd have to fight. At this point, we're posting generational trauma with transitions and trending sounds. You're putting your family members' business on blast for a comment section full of people who don't actually care about their problems or their desperate need for healing. They're just here for the tea. And of course, I had to tap into the oversharing that happens in these family vlogging channels and just family channels in general. I'm talking about babies being posted on TikTok who can't even spell a TikTok. Their most vulnerable moments are being posted on the internet for millions of people to see. We're seeing full-on tantrums, medical diagnosis, therapy sessions, punishment videos, all filmed, edited, and posted for the world to see. And then they'll have the nerve to caption it something like gentle parenting in real time. Trust me, there is nothing gentle about putting a camera in a child's face who is clearly vulnerable, distressed, and having a full-on temper tantrum. But we have to talk about what keeps this trauma cycle rolling, and it's the fact that social media rewards it. Just think about it. Some of the most viral videos aren't funny, aren't educational. They're people falling apart and going through it on camera. That trauma candy salad trend accumulated millions of views each for some of the videos. The videos of people airing out their family's dirty laundry are continuing to go viral as we speak. And you want to know one video that I believe kicked off this whole movement? Katie Fang is a regular girl who posted a TikTok of her crying and getting ready after being called in to go to work. It was vulnerable, it was relatable, and it also jumpstarted the beginning of her social media career.
What video made Katie Fang blow up? Oh my gosh. My first video was actually a video when I got called into work. I was so devastated.
It blew up like overnight.
In like 5 hours.
How many followers do you have before and after that video?
800, 1,000 maybe. After that, I don't remember after that video, but I remember in 1 month, it was like 1 million followers.
Comments like real and this is so me filled the comment section. And while that one video spiraled into a full career, it also set the tone for a whole new genre of videos that we see today. Now, don't get me wrong, people were setting up their phones, hitting record, and crying out their eyes out for the whole world to see for years. But something about Katie was different because people were seeing her reap rewards instead of hate comments. Now we're seeing crying in the car before my shift or get ready with me while I cry videos. People saw her moment and they thought maybe if I post my vulnerable moments, I'll get the same reactions too. But it's very disappointing though for the people who do want a platform on social media to almost feel like they have to air out their business, or the audience won't feel any sort of relatability to them.
I think the whole thing of influencers having to overshare to like get to the top and have people bash them if they're not sharing enough is rude.
Pain performs better than peace, and the algorithm feeds that. And also what's performing, but should probably be under investigation, is illegal behavior. Somewhere along the lines, recording yourself doing illegal activity and self-snitching has skyrocketed. People are out here bragging about finessing job applications, Cash App scams, and Chase bank fraud like the FBI doesn't have TikTok too.
New viral TikTok trend that some users are calling a money glitch or free money hack. It's actually having some serious consequences. Here's what it is. It involves people depositing fraudulent checks into their Chase bank accounts and withdrawing the money before it's flagged. Well, that's actually fraud.
And don't get me wrong, I'm glad people are snitching on themselves, okay? This is one secret that y'all do not need to keep secret, okay? And y'all are also making it a lot easier for law enforcement. You're snitching on yourself, you're telling on yourself, even though I'm glad you are, but you're doing it for clout. Like, is it even worth it at this point? It's like a lot of y'all don't know about something called digital footprint. You can delete it, but the internet doesn't. Somebody already screen recorded it, stitched it, sent it to the group chat. None of us are safe. What happens when the crying stops, but the clout keeps going? We didn't even get to the wildest part of this oversharing, trauma dumping culture. It's the aftermath. After people spill all their business, go viral from all their pain, the internet turns on them. They reward the breakdown, but then clown you for the next one.
Get ready to leave for my flight, except I missed it. I was supposed to leave yesterday, but I thought I was supposed to leave today. I'm only crying because I'm so angry right now. This was supposed to be a nice, like, distraction from everything recently. Like, last week, I literally missed my final. And I had to beg my professor to let me take it again.
The same girl who was praised for being vulnerable seemed to have gotten a little too vulnerable. Instead of the usual "this is real" comments, she started getting comments like, "girl, get it together." A lot of people are starting to see this shift in pro-privacy, and they're starting to pull back. When it was the rise of influencers, they used to tell us everything. But now, the ones getting the most attention are starting to stay quiet. And it's not shade, it's survival. Because when you constantly give people access to your inner world, there's nothing left for just you. And this goes for non-celebrities too, people just like me and you. Every heartbreak, thought, milestone gets turned into a post for the world to see. And after a while, your life is performed instead of just simply lived. And the audience only wants to just live it with you. People start acting like your life is a series and you forgot to drop the next episode. And that, my friend, is the trap. Because once you open that door, people forget that it was ever yours to close. I think we forgot that most of the real growth and healing happens offline, off camera, off script. And as sappy as this is gonna sound, try having a win or even a loss this week that stays in your heart and not your feed. Thank you for tuning into the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever classy people like us do before heading to the next video. And I will see y'all in my next one, hopefully next week. Bye.